So let's take our discussion of this Holland model to the next level. You may have noticed when completing the Where Do I Fit and the Career Orientation Index that the 6 categories, the 6 types, were always listed in the same order. RIASEC. That's done intentionally. When John Holland created this model, he actually placed the 6 types around a hexagon and said that the types that are across from each other on the hexagon, realistic and social, are opposites. Enterprising and investigative, opposites. Conventional, artistic, opposite. So where they fall in that hexagon is very important. The ones that are next to each other are most similar. You may have noticed that when you read the 6 groups in the Where Do I Fit exercise, you'll see there's some overlap in those groups. Social talks about liking to be with people, but so does enterprising to a certain extent. Not quite as much, but quite a bit. That helps you understand where you are. Looking at your top 3 gives you a real picture into what's valuable, what's important to you, but also what skills you have, what interests you have, what your personality is like. If you can match those up to an organization and their characteristics, you'll find that it's a better fit for you. Even within fields, there can be wide variations in terms of what the top 3 codes are for a profession. Let me give you one example that I like to use. Medical doctors. It's pretty much accepted that in order to even get into medical school, but especially to get through medical school, a person has to be high on investigative. That's all the science coursework. Very rigorous curriculum. Every doctor has to be their highest or second highest in order to just get through medical school. So if we say that medical doctors are high I, what happens after that? Well, a lot depends on what specialization they go into. If a doctor goes into surgery, that means they typically are also fairly high on R, because surgeons like to use their hands and manipulate things. On the other hand, someone who is a family practitioner or a pediatrician is high on investigative, but often also very high on social, because they like that interaction with other people. And there are many other configurations that you could talk about for different specializations within the medical field. That's true in almost every field. There are variations, and those variations are the subspecialties, and there are also variations depending on the organization. If you are in the career exploration phase, which means either you don't know what career you want to pursue, or you want to change careers, but you're confused as to the options you have available, there's one website that I would highly recommend you go to. Let me show you. Here's the name of the site, mynextmove.org. If you go to that website, this is what it looks like. What you'll want to do, this is a free service of the US government. You'll want to go to the lower right corner to the Start button and click on that. And that will bring up the ONET Interest Profiler, which uses the Holland model. You don't want to click Next unless you want to take their test again. You've already got your scores from the Career Orientation Index. Click on Enter Scores. And let me just enter in some scores. So you'd enter in your Career Orientation Index scores, click the Next button, and it brings up your score profile. You'll click the Next button again, and then it talks a little bit about training levels. Next button again, and says, are you thinking about current jobs or future jobs? In terms of what I will be trained as or what my current level is. Go to the next level, and it has definitions of what these 5 levels of training and experience are. You can read through those and decide which one is the one you want to go to. Then you choose that. Let's say with my profile, I wanted to look at job zone 4, which usually means a college degree. I would click next, and next again, and here is a list of jobs that would fit my profile and that educational level that I put in there. These are college degree level people. So middle school teachers, counselors, music therapy, whole number of positions. Very valuable resource if you're at the career exploration phase. I highly recommend it.